What's up, Go enthusiasts? I'm just recapping the second round. I was on a Zoom call doing things the official and proper way while actually playing the game. So we're just going to look at it after the fact. I played white in this game. And yeah, my opponent loved territory. And normally, if your opponent loves territory like this, he went for all the territory so aggressively. And even here, he goes for the territory again with playing this variation. Usually it means your opponent is a strong player. So I sort of had a feeling as we get to this point in time. I'm like, man, black has all four corners and like 60 points at least already. So this game is going to be hard. My opponent's going to be pretty good at the game. But the middle game basically starts now. And I chose to play Knight's Move, which I regret. I think this is really loose. I don't really have a threat on the left side. It's so obvious that black should just play stuff towards the center, and then it's a real shame afterwards. I just couldn't find any reasonable like good thing to do here. Yeah, I should have been like super direct to press him down, to aim at like connecting through directly, and like make the fight immediately happen here. But because I was very slack, it gave him this chance to jump, and then yeah, I remember the AI commentary was telling me. I checked the AI after I won the game. Oops, spoilers. It was telling me I should go under and link underneath, and I should even like do that now. And that's the one thing I don't really understand is when the strong player would go underneath and when they wouldn't. It's like it was thinking like here is gonna be Sente-ish, and if black has to answer, then white already saved both groups. It's like super fine. It's super understandable when I look at the position. Like when I judge the position here, I agree by judgment that this position is better than like what I was doing in the game. I'm chasing on the outside and I'm separated and I have to take care of these things separately. I'm not going to get the territory back from whatever pressure there is in the center. There's basically none, right? So the problem is I have a really hard time feeling that judgment before it happens. I really never know when am I able to go second line underneath, save my stuff really, really passive, and then actually the opponent is like, well, I can't match that, right? It's got to be like, it has something to do with just the shape here, that the shape is really clean to do it, and it's got to have something to do with how the territory value, there's literally nothing in the center. He's so strong, and there's something on the top side. I think it's largely has to do with the territory, to be honest. I think I like disrespect, take the territory and fix the groups at the same time. That just fixes everything. So what could possibly be better? I definitely disrespect that. All right, I think that's the main thing we need to learn. If you can take the territory and take the groups, even if the territory is nothing, as long as the shape is not like horrific, it's totally a valid strat. So in the game instead we had this, and yeah, I was never going in to save underneath. Probably I could like all the time, but I took the advantage in the pushing battle here. And I got to play this move, which I was very happy to play. I got that exchange, which I probably shouldn't have. And then I got this exchange as well. And here again, now that I'm thinking about that, what I believe to be the correct way, it makes sense why AI recommended this move. Probably if I asked that move, and then he does this, I could already cut. Yeah, I think I could already cut if it went like that. So that's why this is good. He's got to answer somehow. And then I can easily link, right? Yeah, here, and then easy link. I could even play away. But okay, I didn't fix my groups like that. I just sort of saved it like this, and then did not save my group underneath, but saved my group outside again, because I love the outside. But this is not so fun, and especially when he eats this stone, it's not so fun. What was fun is that he played here. So I was about to play this territory game, so I was getting in the mode of territory harassment, increase mine, decrease his, that sort of thing. And my opponent just didn't seem to have that kind of mode. He was fighting very, very thickly. Like, this kind of move is super thick. And afterwards I did this, so I'm looking for territory. He does this territory too, but I do this territory thing, and all he has to do is, like, block by territory or do another big territory thing, right? Yeah, either you block, and there is actually no bigger territory thing. You just block. But he did this, which is like clearly fighting, and it just helps my territory situation out a lot. And then this is just also pretty fighting. Again, I can reduce the territory over there later. And then I just took pick points. And then we had this situation. So in this situation, like I could have wedged and used the problems in the corner, but I knew after this one that I'm totally fine because of this resource. And what was shocking to me is that he missed it. Absolutely shocking, because my opponent was a good player. Other than this, I think I would have barely beaten them. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit better than them in general, other than this. But for some reason, they just did not think at all and went in with this as their game plan. And yeah, obviously that doesn't work. So I managed to capture their 3 stones, and that was a horrific blunder. That gave white so much extra power and territory over there that the game is pretty much over off of that. It should be over. And so I just go take territory. I make this peep. He plays here, which is a mistake. Either you connect or Tanuki, but that is not valuable enough. So I take the territory here, harass him a bit, harassing his whole group actually here. So I end up linking up my group over here and these group anyway. And I'm actually still going to mess with that group's eyes. But first I go over here. I actually messed up. I played here. I regret that. It shouldn't have been there. It should have been the Hane. Yeah, it definitely should have been Hane. I wonder if he turns here whether I can go in, but probably I shouldn't. Probably just fall back is fine. I mean, I'm winning by 19 points, so there's no reason to not just accept the 2-point loss. Unless this is very solid, which it seems like it is, actually, because he can't go down. It makes a lot of sense. If he goes down, he's actually crazy, because I get to cut this and chase that and chase that. He would be too weak. Instead, so the reason why I'm so scared of this is because he actually played this Hane, and then I tried to play this cut, because I honestly thought I was going to be playing like this, and I realized he was going to play this very. And even though I can save these stones, like, so what? That's not big, and he gets all of this. It would not be effective. So instead, I ended up cutting back and playing this Ko, which, you know, fortunately is still aiming at saving those 2 stones, so it's not like too bad. And fortunately, again, he didn't actually try to play a Ko threat against me, but he just played Endgame, and so I could win the Ko without too much danger. I don't think he could have played Ko threats against me. I think I had plenty of Ko threats, like in the center and pushing and cutting here and stuff. I think I would have been fine, but this is obviously not as much as he should have gotten. He should have gotten more than just diagonal and turn here. Anyway, after that, the game is winning on endgame, and I did not continue to mess it up horribly. I played it relatively stable, and yeah, I did a couple stupid things like pushing through here to cut that first, which is to get territory back here, but I lost so much territory over here that it was not worth it, because I decided to pull back there, because otherwise the wedge here would be meaningful, and, you know, etc., etc. He messed up a little bit on the left side there too. Let me capture those 3 stones, and I even could have captured that whole group if I was super sharp, but I didn't even bother to be super sharp because I knew I was winning. And game ended. I won by 16.5 points. So we can check the score, the AI. Yeah, I was thinking about this move. To play 5 afterwards. I thought it could make sense, but also that this could make sense. I just needed to be aggressive now. This is the critical moment. At this moment, if he goes in, then he can be problematic. So he would come back, and I could play underneath, and literally linking underneath is very powerful, actually. Super underrated. Super underrated. That's actually really resilient. Anyway, I just played here, so he got to jump and get out, and the flow made so much sense for white, or for black, I mean. This is hard to play like that, but I can learn it. Black just covers, black's totally fine, and white is totally fine too, and white just builds nice and relaxed. Instead, black had some little lead here, and then I found this. And yeah, it makes sense I should jump down, because I need to really prioritize saving particularly this left side group. Yeah, and I can save that much better if I save it directly. Instead, I had to save it through this way and let him go capture the stone. Apparently this is the bigger territory move than this one. I think they're close. This one has some problems, you know. I thought about playing here too, but if I would do this later, it wouldn't be worth, so. I'm not really convinced by the AI suggestion there. Yeah, so then you can see at this point -9 point move. Before that it's just a bad exchange, but now it's dead. So that pretty much ended the game on the spot. Stupidly by me, I let him actually do something afterwards, but yeah, I mean, if I would even just play here, it's not even that stupid to push in immediately. Because at least this way I get Sente, I get the position here, and I can just go and capture this stone, or pass my turn with the diagonal instead either. Capture the stone is the best, but yeah. Oh, in my variation here, I was showing throwing the game, so I chose not to do that, and instead I played like this, played this ko, and yeah, his best ko threat was only like 3 points better than this, which is crazy. Shows that he had nothing really. Yeah, I could just save my group, let him break all this, let him attack me, and since the group is safe, it's not such a big deal. Extend here was better. I was not sure between extend and Hane. The extend here gives like a better follow-up, doesn't it? It actually is bigger at the end. I thought like if I go for the widest thing now, it must be bigger, but actually since it lets him get so many Sente, he can actually reduce more ultimately. And then end the game. Yeah, these bumps later on are just me having the chance to kill him, but I never took it. I just relaxed and won the game by territory. So this is a game where we fought. I chose not to take second line territory. I lose some territory value. Then we fought again, and as I fight for the territory, I start to gain my territory lead, and then he makes a terrible blunder, and the game is over. I like that kind of game. It's a very clean style of game for me. I didn't do anything that wrong, but I wish I would be able to keep more pressure on my opponents, like in the middle parts of this kind of game. I wish that here it would just be like smooth down. But to go smooth down from this position, I need to understand how to be passive and wait for it, wait for my chance, right? Yeah, that's the main thing that's difficult for me, is understanding when you can like smoothly control your opponent just by being super relaxed and defensive. It isn't really the way that I think about it, but it is in fact a way to gain value, and I need to respect it more. Anyway, I learned something. Hopefully you learned something too. Maybe not, maybe you just enjoy. But that was round 2, and the next rounds are this next weekend. I hope to go... first of all, I hope to play again. I don't know if I'm on the boards, but I hope I am. And I hope to go crush them. Crush them bad. Let's go.